Hey, everybody. It's Brandon and Stuart, and we're here
Yes.
to talk trash with you again.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And just like we did last week and the week before and the week before that, and we will again next week.
Yep.
It's,
Yep.
it's what we do.
I know, guys. I'm losing my voice again. For the last couple of weeks, my voice is gone. I don't know what's happening. It could be a sign from God. He could be telling me to shut up.
Yeah, say, take a break. And if you won't take a break, I'll take it for you.
Yeah. So bear with me. I'm yelling. I'm literally having to yell to get my what a mess.
All right. Well, while you're clearing your throat, we'll tell everybody about our good friend Christine Dean, who is the DFW networking diva. You know, folks, if you don't have the time to sit there and upgrade your website and upgrade your marketing plan and make sure that you're reaching the people that you want to reach, then you need to just reach out to one person, and that's Christine Dean. You can go to her website, dfwnetworkingdiva.com, and you can schedule a free consultation and just talk about what you have on your website and what maybe you need to do to make things better. And she'll even help you with it. She's a good lady. She also helps us produce this show.
She does. We don't know why, but thank you.
That's right. Yes. We have no clue, but thank you.
Thank you anyways. Oh God. What are we doing today?
Well, number one, I see a whole bunch of plants behind you. And I think in an earlier discussion, which is what we were going to talk about today, was that all of a sudden you became a horticulturist.
No, I'm just growing marijuana to make some extra cash.
In other words, what's behind you is just a smoke screen.
Yeah. Really, I'm just trying to get that, get on Snoop level,
Yeah, him and Jim Belushi also is in the marijuana business now.
Everybody's in the marijuana business,
yeah.
We were talking about kind of things that like caught our interest as we got older, and not necessarily older, just we do now. And plants. I'd say the last several years I've been really into plants, like just having them, when I had the house, having them on the patio, taking care of them, finding new ones, planting them in the gardens and stuff. And then now on my little patio, same thing. It's not even just having them and then they die and I buy new ones. It's bringing them in the wintertime. It's, making sure that I trim them up in the winter, put them in the garage, or the ones that, just die every year anyway.
Yeah.
Getting ready for that. And I just keep adding to it.
That's kind of where I am. I just put them out there. They look nice until they die. And then I throw them away and I go over to the Home Depot or whatever, and I buy some new ones.
They're just not cheap, they're not cheap. And I've had one plant now, it's going on 3 years and he's still getting strong. When I bought the little dude, he was super little. Now, I mean, he's getting out of control. So I'm hoping to maintain it. And I've lost some, sometimes they just die or my idiot cat decides to eat it because he thinks it's a good idea. And they're, but Luke and I do it together. We plant things. We've got sunflowers and stuff that we do. And so we plant those and
does he help you water them?
Yeah, he helps me water them. I have to watch him because he might do it too much.
Right.
He doesn't understand the concept that some of these plants don't need that water, like especially in the wintertime when they're inside.
Yeah, there's one right behind you. The mother-in-law tongues. Those don't need an awful lot of water.
You just spray them, just mist them. And then in the wintertime, you can do it once every 4 months. So it's almost the entire winter, So yeah, we do that. And I love finding new plants and finding out about them. And it's just been my thing,
Yeah. And that's a good thing for Luke to grow up doing too, is to have some responsibility to do that. I'll tell you, one of the things that I'm doing today that I really never in my wildest dreams thought I'd ever be doing, and that was living in Texas.
Oh yeah.
Never never ever thought I'd be living in Texas. You know, being
I
from
well, yeah. Look where you came from.
yeah, you know, I always thought I'd probably spend my whole life back in the Chicago area, then spent some time in Florida, and ended up in Texas. In fact, we were thinking about going back to the Chicago area, but our son came to Texas, and so did we.
Isn't
And I
that weird to think about? Like, I feel the same way. Texas was not on my radar. I mean, when you're up north, like we were, Texas isn't on your radar at all.
yeah,
You don't think about it, you know?
and and
Um,
I think we also thought, well, okay, if we are in Texas, at least we don't have to go through all of that cold and everything from up north. And then we get nailed with ice storms and hailstorms and tornadoes and all kinds of crap that we never saw in the Midwest. Or if we did, we were prepared for it in the Midwest. Down here, man,
no.
you get a half an inch of snow and everything shuts down.
Oh, yeah. The world falls apart down here. They
Yeah.
cancel school for 7 years.
The
Yeah. It's
grocery store
crazy.
shelves are emptied out.
Of the most random stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's not stuff you think about. It's like kitty litter because they think that's going to work on the roads, and then
Right.
like hot dogs and like it's just the most random crap that they go through. They panic.
The last ice storm we went, I happened to go a day or so later to the grocery store, and most of the canned goods were gone. But what amazed me was there was not one can of beans in the store. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, if you're going to be shut down in your house for a matter of a week or so, and all you got is beans to eat, man, you probably be better off living outside.
Yeah, that's a bad time. Unless you're by yourself and you can just
That's right.
sit in your own filth, you know?
Yeah. Unless somebody figures, well, look, at least I'll have fuel in the house.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You know what else too? I never thought that I would be watching different aspects of my health. Um, Obviously weight and staying in shape and whatever and looking as good as I do.
Oh,
Oh, except for
you
today.
debonair guy.
Right. I mean, you know, don't adjust your screen. I do look like this. But little aspects like the cholesterol thing and paying attention to, you know, your heart, not, well, yeah, your heart, but like little signals, you know, like, oh, that feels weird. You know, 10 years ago, heck, maybe even 5 years ago, I'd be like, whatever. Now I'm like, okay, I got to get that checked out. What is that? You know, like
Yeah.
you're paying attention more. I never thought I'd do that ever.
Hey, listen, I never thought this is probably about as serious as I get. And as I never thought that 5-6 years ago that I'd have cancer. And I mean,
Yeah.
now I'm a cancer survivor. That was
Love
never
it.
on my radar. I was never as athletic as you are. I was a runner for a number of years and then did some biking and walking and things like that. But I was never an active athlete and all, but I just like to keep the
Sure.
body going and all. But then all of a sudden, as you get older, things start to break down. You know, like I like to say is I still have all my original parts, but a lot of them are rusting out.
The warranty is you
You
can't,
know, the warranty is long gone. And yet I still get phone calls every week, you know. We're giving a final chance to renew that warranty. Oh, is that on my car or my body?
right. If it's on my body, I'm going to take you up on that offer.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's a good perspective to put things in. Honestly, when something hits you like that, that's a game changer. You
Yeah.
know, that's a game changer for sure.
Well, you know, when and there's lots of stuff. I mean, you know, did you ever think that you were going to be an author, that you were going to be a writer? Have you always been a writer? And also that's something that you figured you would always pursue?
I think I don't want to say always, but I just did a show about this actually, and I was talking about how you kind of find things as you go through school of what you really what you like, what you're good at, and what you just enjoy. There's all those things. And writing and English and stuff like that has always been something I've really enjoyed. I actually found my first, I throw the air quotations up, book that I wrote second grade, something like that. I just found it not too long ago. It's a whopping like 6 pages, but it had a little binder on it. We had to make our own books. And
Oh, really?
yeah, I've just found it actually. I put a picture of it on my Instagram. And so it's there, but I never thought, number one, that I'd get paid to do it. Never in my life. The fact that for multiple people throughout my life or career, whatever you want to call it, I've been paid to write. And I never thought that would be a thing. And then when I did get paid to write, I thought, okay, it's cool. It's an extra couple dollars. It's really just another job. Like it's a job. I'm not just writing like a little post here and there getting $25. I got like deadlines and crap, which I'm excited about. But no, it's crazy, or that we would be doing something like this, and that people would actually want to watch and see it. It's not just us enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, yeah. That was the other thing I was going to say is that neither one of us years ago, even when computers came out and all, we never knew what this thing called blogging and podcasting was all about. And we all little by little we learned about it. But then when the pandemic hit, it seemed like everybody was doing it because that was their way to connect with other people. And it was short-term podcasting, something like the some of the sites that we do our little short 1-minute blurbs on. Other things that are an hour or two. There are all kinds of things on YouTube. You can go out there and just sit, and you can actually get a college degree by just going online and following that kind of stuff. And that's what a lot of people are starting to do now is they're going back virtually and getting taking classes or getting that advanced degree.
Which I think when we talk about that, I think that is one of the positives that has come out of this pandemic and all that. I remember doing my first podcast, it wasn't mine, but it was someone I worked for. And I remember doing it and I was like, yeah, people are reading my stuff, but are they going to listen? Like maybe they'll watch once. And it blew my mind what it was. And now there's so many podcasts out there and so many people are at least trying it because they see, number one, how easy it is to at least get it out there. It's not easy to do, but it's easy to get it out there. So
well, and the challenge now really is building an audience of followers, people that will watch you on a regular basis, because as you say, there's literally millions and millions of people that have learned how to do this Zoom and StreamYard and all these other platforms, and they're out there doing it, but it's getting people to see it. We're very, very fortunate. We've been working really hard on this show for over a year. And we've been very successful. We're up into double digits now of people that follow us.
10 people. No, just kidding. Well, it's crazy though to think about, because I think about the first time we did it and I look back and I don't know how many people watched that first episode. I'm sure I could find out or listen to it. But I know now the people that tune in every week, whether that's the day that we do it or sometime that week, or that I know specific people that only listen, they don't watch because they're not on Facebook or YouTube.
Yes.
It's interesting. It's a lot more than we thought. That's for sure. I'm going through puberty over here, guys. My freaking voice is, I got a bottle of whiskey. It's not coffee. It's whiskey, lemon. I'm like Janis Joplin over here.
just you and Bobby McGee.
God, how many more shows do we got to do? Jesus. Son of a gun.
No, it is interesting to sit and think about, did I ever think I was going to be doing this? I never thought after spending an entire career in retail and all that I would finally be able to do what I studied for and really wanted to do. And that was to do something within the realm of broadcasting. And it's thrilling to be able to do that. And I guess one thing I would say to all of our listeners and followers is it's something you should always strive to do. If there's something you have a passion for, whether it's, it's like us, podcasting, writing, creating, if you have any kind of an artistic talent for painting, sketching, drawing, whatever, pursue it and enjoy it. You may have thought about it for many, many years, but really sitting down and getting down to business and doing it, that's really the fun part of it.
You got to gamble in life and you got to try these different things. So, I think there's a lot of people that look at themselves right now and go, man, I can't believe, or somebody, let's say, that took up running that never ran a day in their life. But the last year, maybe they found themselves in a position where they have time. And I know people that just started running, like for real running, over the last year, and they've never done it. They didn't do it in high school. Sure, we've all ran as kids, but they didn't run. Now that's their thing. They find the passion, their love, the benefits of it. And I never thought I'd be doing a 150-mile bike race, but I got that coming up in a couple months,
Yeah, or climbing stairs in buildings and everything and doing that. But
it's crazy.
Those are the athletic challenges beyond just going down to the gym and getting on a treadmill or getting on a stationary bike and working up a sweat. There's lots of opportunities that are out there to do it on the road. And I never was a treadmill runner. I just couldn't do it.
Me neither.
Just turn me loose in the neighborhood or back up north. There was lots of forest preserves that you could go running and jogging in. And that was much more enjoyable and much more interesting. And there's lots of events to get involved in.
There are. You said it best. There's so many different things that you can do on the running or what have you. I don't run on a treadmill either. I hate it. I can't stand it. I'll go outside in the bitter cold and run before I'll run on a treadmill. I just don't like it.
Yeah. And then as Luke gets older, maybe he'll get out there and start doing these little, 1 mile kiddie runs and stuff like that and work up.
Hey, we got a 5K. Him and I got a 5K coming up on April. It's a fun 5K. So it's like, like water and colors. And I'm sure at some point I'll carry him, but it's a 5K and it's for all ages. So I'm going to make him walk for sure.
Now you got to start training with a 30-pound pack on your back. So.
I know. I might bring one of those I got a fold up wagon that we take to the beach, but I want him to not just sit in it from the start. I want him to walk, and he will, because he'll get bored. So we'll see. It's going to be a good idea or a bad idea, either way.
As long as they have cake pops at the water stations, he'll be fine.
Right. He's going to be exhausted. That's for sure. But it's, 5K is not bad. They got different stations there. They're going to shoot water out or colors or paints. Like he's going to have a blast,
Right. So the other stuff, you're a baker too, you ever thought that was something you'd pick up?
No, never. I don't mind cooking. And stuff. Not that I'm phenomenal. Not that, I'm Gordon Ramsay. I got my little wheelhouse and I'm good at it. And then I try other things, but no baking. No. And now I even do baking at home. Like besides just, Pillsbury cookies, like I'll bake stuff. Like we're going to make, Luke and I are making hot cross buns coming up real soon here. Cool. Yeah, just because of the song that he heard as a kid. That's the only reason. Like I specifically bought a big tabletop mixer just so we can make hot cross buns. But yeah, I like doing that. So that's kind of fun. That's crazy,
Well, that's a good deal. And I started baking bread, and I have been baking pies for many, many years. My mom always used to make apple pies at Thanksgiving. And so every year I continue with that tradition, and I like to cook too, but I probably enjoy baking more than even cooking.
Yeah. I remember you said you did bread. I didn't know about the pies. I love a good apple pie, man. Let me tell you.
And
I like it.
Nothing like when it's just fresh out of the oven.
You can just let it smell up the whole house, Right. It's beautiful.
It's like popcorn, man.
Yeah.
Anybody make? I remember in college, somebody in the dorm would make popcorn, and everybody would come by. You know,
What was that? The Jiffy Pop days? The Jiffy Pop? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's when in your dorm room you had the little hot plate.
Right.
You go out and buy a hot plate and get the Jiffy pot and sit
Put
there
it right on.
and shake it back and forth and all that, and it would expand. You know,
Yep.
they still make that Jiffy Pop.
I saw it. We brought it up to this was about probably 6 years ago. We brought it up to Oklahoma. We went camping and we found it on the way there. I'm not surprised it was in Oklahoma, but we found it and we did it. It tastes okay, I guess.
Well, Route 66 goes through Oklahoma, so that's kind of a traditional Route 66 kind of a snack.
That makes sense. Yeah. It was probably Jiffy Pop from 1962, but nobody cares, you know.
Right. Yeah. But just like the microwave popcorn that they got now, you don't know when you packaged it and you don't care, just pop up the stuff.
Yeah.
So, hey, I think it's fun when you sit and reminisce about some of the stuff that you never thought you were ever going to do. I mean, you're an author. I've always thought about that. That's still on my back burner.
Well, you got to have a lot of stories to tell, you know.
Well, there are lots of stories from the old retail days and everything, and it's a matter of just sitting down and organizing them. And you look at some of these authors that are out there and they're working on their 40th or 50th novel, and you wonder how they can just churn those things out. I figure I probably got one book in me.
One and done, huh?
Yeah. And it's going to be probably about my life, and it's going to be a series of short stories.
Yeah, but you know what though? If you look at it and go, that's also kind of a bucket list thing too, right?
Yeah.
So you look at it and go, I'm going to write this. You get it out there. It's out there forever, unless they don't produce it anymore. But it's somebody will have. If you think about that, after you're long gone, somebody's going to have that copy. Somebody. And they're going to keep it and read it and know about somebody that, you know what I mean? I think that's so interesting to me. Like, I love that.
Yeah. Well, that's what back in Illinois, back in the late 80s, I got into a rock and roll band, and I think we were pretty good. And we were together for about 5 years before I moved to Florida, but we went into the studio and we cut a 5-song disc.
Nice.
And we thought that was going to be our claim to fame. And I think we probably sold about 100 or so copies of it. By the way, anybody remembers the band Exit? If you really want a copy, I think we probably only have about 1,200 left. But
but are they on 8-track or?
No, actually, it was on a CD.
Whoa!
We were definitely on the cutting edge of what I don't know.
You sold 100 albums. I've sold probably 0. I mean, maybe back when I DJ'd, and I think maybe, but most of those I gave away. So that's impressive, man.
Well, maybe one of these days you'll finish your book and
hey, that book is done, man.
Yeah, that book is done.
It's been done for a long time.
Is it published?
No, it's not published yet.
So
you would have your copy. You're getting like the first copy. Well, I guess second. I'm getting the first. You're getting the second.
And then what we'll do is we'll raffle one off here on Trash Talk.
Hey, I've got a column up on my website for the book for pre-orders. I'm sure there'll be at least one person on there.
Yeah. Well, we're all hoping that your book will get released while most of us still have the ability to read.
I'm waiting for that movie deal.
Forget about the book. Just go see the movie.
Right to the movie deal. Shit, it's coming. I mean, look, I know it's crazy. I know I say that, but it's kind of like when George Lucas. Yes, I'm comparing myself to George Lucas. It's kind of like when he said, no, I'm working on the Star Wars movies, the next ones. They're coming, they're coming. And it was like 25 years later. But
Right.
they came out. He didn't lie to you. I'm not lying.
Well, you tune in every week and watch this show, because we will let you know as soon as the book is released.
Absolutely.
And then you'll be able to go to Amazon and
Amazon,
and Barnes and Noble and every
maybe.
uh,
I
uh,
don't know about that. My
Starbucks,
website, my
or
website.
to the trunk of Brandon's car out in the parking lot.
Absolutely. I'll do that. I'll do a trunk and dive. I've done that before. Any garage sale in the area,
Yeah,
I'm open.
yeah, buy one copy, get 5 free.
I'm down. I'll autograph it. I'll read it to you. I'll do everything.
So people are already texting in saying, well, what is the book? And it's Life of an Average Joe, My Life Behind Bars.
I know the artwork that my buddy did. I really hope they can fit that on the cover, because it looks really good, man. So
looking forward to it. You know what else we're looking forward to?
Get off.
Is having everybody with us again right here next Tuesday morning for another edition of Trash Talk.
Yeah,
Okay?
we'll be here. I don't know what we're
We'll
talking
be
about, but we'll be
all
here.
right. So go water your plants.
Yeah, I will. That one.
Catch you later. Bye.